Hi, welcome to APA Style 7th edition, part 1, creating references. This is the 4th video using the library's APA citation guide. My name is Josette Kubicki and I'm the liaison librarian for the departments of teaching and leading and psychological sciences at Augusta University. So I wanted to just run down some tips for using the library's APA citation guide. Read the general guidelines to review the fundamentals of APA style first before diving in there and navigating to the part that I know you would really want, how to reference a particular type of source. Do read the general guidelines because these general guidelines are applicable to across the board when citing. Refer to the paper format section when setting up and finalizing your paper. This paper format section details how to set up your paper according to APA style and includes downloads that you can work with. For example, you could download a template, and you could download a paper and you can save it as a template to use. And also, navigate down to the specific type of source you want to cite to find models and examples in the how to reference different source type sections. So let me show you what I mean by these 3 main sections. So here are the general guidelines on APA style. So review that. In the paper format section includes information on how to set up your paper. So it is in the APA style format. So follow these requirements and take a look at the paper format so that you can set it up according to APA style in your Word document. And then this is what I mean by sample papers available for download. So you can download PDF sample papers which are annotated and give you a great overview on what APA style looks like when you're formatting. And if you download the student sample paper that does not have annotations, then you can save it as a Word template. So you can use that to then input your own content. And then finally, what I was telling you about was the how to reference different source type section. This is quite a big section. It's quite involved. So I've got some separate tips just on how to use that. So when using the how to reference different source types section, this is my advice. Find the correct reference type for the source that you want to cite. And if you're not really quite sure what type of document that you're looking at, like if you're not too sure if it's a journal article versus a conference paper, then you can ask a librarian. You can contact us at Ask a Librarian service and we can take a look for you and let you know what the correct reference type is. Then navigate to the correct reference subtype for the source that you want to cite. There are some things that only have the one type, but then there are other types of sources that have different subtypes within it. And we call them different subtypes because APA has different guidelines for these subtypes of the sources. Copy and paste our red formatting into a Word document. So what I mean by the red formatting is if I go to how to reference different source types and I go to the eJournal article page, and then from here I pick the particular source subtype of eJournal articles that have DOIs, then I look for the red formatting and I copy that. So copy that red formatting into a Word document and then put in your reference information. So if you've got a book in your hand and you're going to type out the reference manually, then you can plug in that information into the formatting, or you could grab a citation that you generated from Galileo, the cite feature, or a cite feature from another database, and edit the citation. And I think that's what a lot of you will probably end up doing, because why not? It's quicker. It's quicker to grab the citation and then edit it rather than create it from scratch. However, the problem is, like I mentioned in a previous session to do with library research, a lot of the citations that Galileo generates aren't always accurate. So then once you have edited the citation, check your reference against our examples in black. So let's have a go. Let's have a practice. So I'm going to look at this. I'm going to show you this generated APA citation of this empirical research article that I got from Galileo, and we're going to take a look at if it's accurate or not. So this was the record of the article, and below is the citation that it was generated with the cite feature. How do we know for sure if it's accurate or not? Well, until you get practice at learning what APA style is like, what it looks like for different source types like journal articles and so forth, what I recommend you do is double check it against the formatting in the library's APA citation guide until you know that formatting off by heart. So what we would do is, okay, here is the citation, and we know that this eJournal article has got a DOI in it. So we need to grab the APA formatting for eJournal articles that have DOIs. So let me get out of this. And look, we're actually on that page already. So we went to how to reference different source types, article, eJournal article, specifically eJournal articles that have DOIs. And what we're going to do is copy over this formatting and drop it. So something that happens in the PowerPoint is it loses the hanging indent, so just don't forget to change that. So we can see we've got the author. Okay, the authors look structured right. We've got the year of publication. We have the title of the article in sentence case. That's what it's supposed to be. But is the title of the article in sentence case? It is not in sentence case. So this title is in, let me zoom into it. So you can see this title is in title case. So we need to change that. And then we've got the title of the journal in title case. It is, that's in title case. We've got the volume number in italics, and we've got an issue number. We have a page range, and we've got the DOI in the correct format. So everything is correct, except for that important part, really important part. The title of the article is not in sentence case. So what we would do is then edit that citation. So authors look good. The year of publication is fine. Title of the article in sentence case. So to do sentence case, we start with a capital letter, then everything else is in lowercase unless there's a proper noun. And subtitles, however, start with a capital letter. The title of the journal looks good, so that would be the same. Along with the volume number. Issue number 2. To 181. And I'm not going to type out the DOI, but the DOI is fine. It's in the right format. And there we go. So we have fixed it up except for the hanging indent, and we didn't make it double spaced. So what if you are at a point where you had consulted, you had consulted the APA style manual and the APA style website and the APA citation guide, but you still need some help? That's fine. We are here for you. And there are other places in the university that's also here for you as well. First of all, ask your liaison librarian. So if you're in the Department of Teaching and Leading and in the Department of Psychological Sciences, that is me. So you can contact me if you're still unsure about how to follow APA guidelines, or if you want to double check a reference or two. Do email me when you need the citation by. Because sometimes I might need to do a bit of digging myself to work out some of the curlier questions. If I'm unavailable, reach out to our Ask a Librarian service. You can also reach out to the Writing Centre. They also provide support with APA style. The Writing Centre, as it was formerly called, is now the AU Centre, the AU Centre for Writing Excellence. So you can make an in-person or virtual appointment with them. And for graduate students, the AU Centre for Writing Excellence, my apologies, it should be excellence there, they can actually review papers and point out general inconsistencies in APA. So they won't actually do the correcting for you, but they will point out if they notice any patterns in your errors, like, for example, that you're forgetting to change a lot of the journal article titles to sentence case. I imagine that they would do things like that. So let's go into the Centre for Writing Excellence. So if you just Google Augusta University Centre for Writing Excellence, it should come up. And if you scroll down and go to graduate student resources, you can see that you can submit your assignment for asynchronous review. So that's also really great, not just for the APA style, but for any other recurring, like, grammar errors and any kind of commentary that could be useful for your paper. All right, well, thank you again for your attention. For any questions, once again, consult the following resources: the APA publication style, 7th edition manual, the library's citation guide, the APA style website, and contact me or use the Ask a Librarian service. Okay, thank you.